Okay, this is number 2. We're talking about cold weather. Dressing for cold weather. Maybe even extreme cold weather. Maybe you're even going to sleep in it. So this is what we're talking about right now. We talked about this a bit before. So, I forgot something downstairs in the kitchen that I was going to bring up, but that's okay. We'll talk about it anyway. We'll talk about it anyway. I left off talking about the microclimate that is generated when you're wearing a parka that has a real fur ruff versus a synthetic fur ruff. Okay? There's difference. You won't have all of this snow sticking to your real fur ruff, and snow will be kept out of your face by a real fur ruff. Okay. Synthetic will generally form ice crystals on a synthetic fur ruff, right? And you got this little vortex that happens. The bigger the fur ruff you have, the better it works, right? Mo better, right? That's gonna work mo better. So anyway, and this is a proven fact. This isn't just me, sitting here philosophizing about fur ruffs. No. This is some stuff that's been proven as a fact. Microclimate is generated between the heat of your face, the cold of the outside. There's this little area here, right? And they found that the sunburst pattern of some of the ruffs that you see out there, it works even better. The bigger the sunburst pattern, the bigger the ruff, the better, right? So, yeah, so the greenies were attacking people going in and out of the Canada Goose outlet. And yet, they're standing around with their soy decaf lattes in Patagonia and other, plastic bag crap, outfits that come from they're oil-based products, right? Anyway, what do you call that? Hypocritical. They're hypocrites, yeah. So, they're all about saving the animals, right? Which, okay, I don't like to kill animals if I don't have to, but I'm a meat eater, and if I need to eat, gotta have the protein, right? Anything that forbids meat is an evil practice. That's in 1 Timothy. So if you look up in your Bible, it's in 1 Timothy. I think it might be 1 Timothy 4, right? The forbidding for doctrines of devils that forbid eating meat. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, I eat meat. I'm all for, killing deer and rabbits and whatnot if I'm going to eat it, or I'm going to use the products of it, You never waste an animal. Use as much of the animal as you can. They're animals that we raise. We raise them from newborn to adult to be for meat and for products. So, that's a completely natural thing. That is natural. It's been natural since generations and generations and generations and generations and generations ago. It's been natural for people to go out and hunt and to process animals to eat and to make clothing and so forth. That is sustainable. Okay? I think that's the last time I'm going to use that word in this video because it really irritates me. Right? Synthetic stuff, not. Natural stuff, yes. Synthetic stuff, no. Okay? Now, some people will say, well, you're talking about wool and furs, but what about down? Right? What about down? Okay. Down is worthless when wet. It's completely worthless when wet. Will not keep you warm when it's wet. Okay? If it's dry, it's a great insulator. Companies have tried to emulate it in its properties in the synthetic markets. Again, trying to emulate God's designs. You know, quit trying to emulate and go to the real thing. That's all you need to do. Quit fooling around with this emulation and go to the real thing. And you'll say, well, down's the real thing. Yeah, but the thing about down is it's worthless when wet. Worthless. Completely worthless. I'm going to give you an example. Arctic Expedition. Will Steger. Frozen sleeping bags. That's right. Frozen. Condensation from breathing, sweating. Eventually, they couldn't even roll them up, and they stacked their frozen down sleeping bags on their sleds like cordwood. That's right. Like, you know, wooden logs, because they were frozen. So as they went along, their down bags got more and more worthless as they froze solid. Okay. I think that they ended up abandoning that expedition. I think so, but I'm not sure. I mean, you can look it up. It's something you can look up, right? Got the world's biggest encyclopedia at your fingertips there, right? Yeah. What emulates down these days? Well, another equally worthless product called Primaloft. It's really worthless. I got some gloves, and I'm going to show you the gloves in a later video. I got some gloves. They were a gift. You know, I'm not saying nothing bad about the person that gave them to me. They didn't know. Anyway, I didn't even know either at the time because Primaloft was new to me. Because I try to stick to good things that I know work. Anyway, Primaloft is crap. Complete garbage. I got these gloves. They look really nice. They look toasty. They look like they will keep my hands toasty warm. Right? But man, they just barely, I mean, they block the wind. But, you know, 20, 30 degree weather, your hands are cold. That's no good. I mean, you might as well fill it with tissue paper for insulation. Probably be warmer. Anyway, that Primaloft is garbage. There's a company that makes one of these wraps that you see out there. I'm not going to name the company. They have a lot of really nice things. Okay, so I'm not going to trash the company, but they make one of these wraps, you know, that you can put on for to keep you warm, right? And they use Primaloft in it. And I told them, Primaloft's garbage. I've tried it. used it, and it's trash. It's no good. Won't keep you warm. Will not keep you warm. But there's another company, and I don't have their product. I'd like to have one. It's another wrap. The heck is it? Ooh, I can't remember. It's a wrap. You would put it in your poncho, right? It will serve as a poncho liner, but it's got a hood on it too. Anyway, it's one of these popular equipment manufacturers that makes it. I think one Tigris might make it. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember. But anyway, it's a wrap type garment. And they use ClimaShield. ClimaShield. Okay, that one I would buy. I think it's a little pricey. I think it's about $150 or something like that. It's pretty pricey, I think, for what it is. Basically, it's a poncho liner with a hood. But ClimaShield is over here under two of the good synthetics that I have over here. Okay, two different synthetics that I have under good synthetic. Now there is a third one, but I don't really know how it's made or anything about it, so I'm not going to bring it up right now. But it is the synthetic insulation in the Snug Pack poncho liner. The synthetic Travel Light or something. I can't remember what the heck they call it. But that is a good garment. Doesn't really cost that much, but it will keep you warm, right? Very light and not very thick, so you can stuff it, and it's pretty darn good. Now, something like these things I'll use in conjunction with wool and fur, right? I never would 100% rely on those things except for in a sleeping bag, okay? When it comes to a sleeping bag, the sleeping bag that I have for extreme weather is the Wiggy's Antarctic bag. It's made for Antarctica. It's a double bag. It's has a real world rating. I got inside of it. I remember when I first got it, and I got inside of it. I got inside of it in the house, put it out on the bed, let it loft up, and came back after I went and got something to drink or something. Came back, it was all lofted up and ready. You shake all your sleeping bags to get them to start lofting up better. And generally, that's what I do. So anyway, I got in that sucker. I could not keep it zipped up. I was so hot. I thought I was going to go into thermal meltdown. I'm not joking. That is the most insulating sleeping bag I have ever been in my entire life. And I've been in some pretty darn good sleeping bags. I could not keep it zipped up. I had to unzip it. I thought I was going to have a heat stroke. The Wiggy's Antarctic bag. Now, there's the video online, I think. Some fella slept in his. It's two bags. You can have it one bag or two bags. You have a core bag and you have an outer bag. And I think he slept in just the inner bag. And he was out -30 Fahrenheit all night long, slept like a baby. I think he was in his underwear, long underwear, something like that. Anyway, you can look around on the internet, on YouTube, you'll find it. Come back in another one. See you there.